I'm Scott Buchanan with the United States Air and Trade Show Board. I'm the chair of the Air Show. Here to announce that we are moving from the drive-in show we had planned to a normal air show, so that's very good news. With the governor lifting the orders on June 2nd, as well as our work with the local health departments and local authorities, we're able to put a regular show back on. If tickets were purchased for the drive-in show, those will automatically be refunded, which is a good thing. And any tickets that were rolled to 2022 will roll back to 2021. So. And tickets can be purchased at DaytonAirShow.com. And we've got Walt Hibner with CenterPoint Energy here today. As you know, we made a name change as well. So it's the CenterPoint Energy Dayton Air Show presented by Kroger's. And Dr. Mark Gebert, who was the medical director for the show for years and is also a board member, is here with me as well. So I want to just announce that we are back and really glad to be back and have some normalcy back. We've got over 100 acres, so plenty of room to spread out. There'll be plenty of sanitation stations, plenty of room for everybody to spread out and come back and see a quality air show as we put on in the past. And we're really glad to be back after last year. So there will be static displays just like there was before. The chalets will be back, and just wanted to really get out here and let everybody know that we're doing this on a dime, and it wouldn't happen without Grievous and Associates, our sponsors, all the volunteers. The show just absolutely does not happen with a lot of support. City of Dayton, City of Vandalia, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and all of our sponsors. So thought we'd come out and announce all at one time and make sure we get the message out there. So you can ask any questions of any of us. Yes? What
response, how many tickets did you sell when it was drive-in, and how much of an increase do you expect to see now?
I'm not really sure what the numbers were. Amy maybe can answer that question if you, but I know it wasn't as much, but we also would anticipate anytime you do an event that's pretty much open and there's not assigned seating, everybody kind of waits till a week or two before. So it was hard to kind of gauge what that was doing versus what a normal show would do. If that makes sense. Everybody's going to look at the weather and kind of wait and say, do I want to wait and do this right before? So that's usually how it goes.
Is there you talked about the static plane displays, so people will be able to, my understanding is in the past they were able to get up and walk around, walk up to and walk in and around and through those static displays, the planes themselves, and they'll be able to do that again this year?
Yes, sir. Yes, they will. Absolutely. Absolutely be able to move around the planes.
So what is going to look different? Is anything, I mean, we're going to see more hand sanitizing stations, it sounds like.
Probably just, it'll be a little more open. Our tables will be a little more spread out. Most of them are spread out anyways. Most of the premium seating areas are already spread out. So it's kind of a nice transition for us. We're outdoors anyways. So as long as we get good weather, that's really what we're hoping for. Everybody can socially distance if they want to and be very safe. So we feel really good about it.
Do people need to bring their vaccination cards, vaccination status? Will you be checking any of that?
No, we will not. With the governor lifting the orders, the health orders, he and I both work in healthcare. We've been living with this for a year and a half now. So
then there'll be, I know the CDC says if you're vaccinated, you can now wear masks, but this is just,
yeah,
we're expecting you to do.
But with the state lifting the orders, the state's going to lift the mask orders. That allows everybody to make their own decision as to what they want to do. But we've got plenty of room out here to spread out and be safe.
What's your level of, can you talk about the relief and the emotion you must feel to know that you'll be able to move ahead with this event, basically full speed ahead, as it were, in years past, when just 30 days ago or just 45 or just not too long ago, you were having to consider it was going to look different, and now you're like, well, in such a short time, now we know we can basically had what we wanted this whole time.
There's a whole team of people with Grievous Associates behind the scenes that make that happen, and you're exactly right. There's a ton of work that has to happen to transition, but we are very relieved to be able to put a regular show on and be able to spread out and let everybody enjoy the quality air show that we've put on for the last 46 years. This will be number 47. So we've been doing it a very long time and really excited. So excitement and overjoyed really to be able to get back to normal.
On average, how many people do you usually see for a regular air show?
30 to 35,000 a day usually. I think we've had, in 18 we had 62,000, roughly 63,000 out here for that weekend. So if we get good weather, and then usually we have a really good turnout.
And how did the performers, but the pilots feel?
Great. They've been doing air shows already. The jet teams have been doing some air shows earlier in the season already. So I think they're primed and ready to go. And we have a local gentleman who's the opposing pilot for the Thunderbirds. It's from Oakwood, so it's nice to have him come home and fly in his hometown.
Talk about what it's going to take in the next couple months to really just get this all together and change the plans in the last minute.
Well, the young lady right over your shoulder behind you is the one that makes a lot of that happen, and there's a whole team of folks working on that as we speak. Lots of weekends and late hours, and it doesn't happen again without the sponsors and the volunteers. There's thousands of volunteers that help us pull all this off, and there's lots of transition going on, as you can imagine, from a drive-in show to a normal show. So there's a lot of hours going in as we speak to make all that come together.
I know you said people are going to wait until the last week probably to buy tickets. Are you expecting like double the amount of people to come because we're finally outside, want to get out and about?
I really don't know what to expect, to be honest with you. I think we'll have a good show. I think these guys could probably answer that maybe better than I, but I think we'll have a good crowd, and folks will be looking for something to do and get out. But again, we also want to appeal to folks that we still got to be cautious a little bit. So there's plenty of room out here to spread out and be safe.
Okay, I'm Walt Hibner with CenterPoint Energy, and we were formerly known as Vectren. So you may remember us from the Vectren Dayton Air Show, but now we are the CenterPoint Energy Dayton Air Show presented by Kroger's. We've been doing the sponsorship for over 20 years. When we came in as Vectren and the company was formed, we looked for an event that was landmark in the area and one that was expected by a lot of folks. And with the aviation heritage, with the fact the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is close by, we wanted to put our name on the air show because we knew how important it was and how it drew community together for the event. So we were glad to do that. We saw that the event was sorely missed last year, and you know, we all want to get back at it, get back out and do it safely. And we fully support the air show organization and how they've laid it out for the future show here this year. And it's going to be a safe environment for folks to come out in. You know, we're happy to see a lot of the other sponsors, most of the other sponsors, if not all, have joined in with us. And we just want to see a great show and get everyone out here to see it. So July 10th and 11th.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Mark Gebhardt. I'm a member of the board here on the air show. Just my perspective briefly for you this morning. It's something I think about as we've talked about our dynamic process of everything that's gone on in our preparations from a health and safety standpoint is just one word: safe. It's going to be a safe air show for everyone. So that's our goal. We've been working very hard at it, and we follow on a daily basis the dynamic changes that come from the CDC and from our state and local public health, and we're in constant contact with people. Our team from Premier Health that's going to provide medical care here at the air show is also very up to date on everything, and our people are in place to make it a safe air show for everyone. Yes.
Is there any, I mean, have you talked to the pilots that'll be involved about their willingness to have sizable groups of people coming up to them, talking to them, and face-to-face in close contact? I mean, is that a discussion you've already had with any or all the pilots, or is it just something that's understood that by then any concerns will have abated?
I haven't spoken to anybody directly, but I think people generally have adapted to this world we live in now and recognize those requirements or courtesies people have for distancing and things of that nature.
Very good.
Thank you.